早くしなさい。オーケー。
All right, let's get straight to the biscuits. At 0800 hours this morning, an American soldier was eaten by a Nazi dinosaur.
That's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No, Claire, that's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Try thinking first before you open your mouth.
Problema, Pierre.
Everybody sit down.
Greetings, Colonel.
I said sit down! Now, you know how I don't like to use the sit-down gun, but this morning we just don't have time for mucking about. Major Allied cities have come under attack
Nazis?
Close your mouth.
Hello! Welcome back to the channel. Today, week 6, sketch cover madness. We're gonna jump right into it. How you doing, Edwin? Let's go. Switch buttons. Boom. Slide her over here. We're doing a Gargoyles. Issue 7. Elisa Maza. That's what we're going to jump into today. And yeah, I went with regular pencil to see how that would be as far as, you know, the red pencil and the blue stuff being waxy. So yeah, I kind of went loose with it, and yeah, we're just gonna see where it goes. I don't even know what I'm gonna use yet. But yeah, we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna go to town. This was the pencil I used. Eraser. Second eraser. It's tablet pen. But yeah, man, it's crazy storm in here today. So yeah, we're just gonna go with it. See how it goes. Grab some pens. I don't know what I'm gonna use, but we're gonna figure it out. Just dump the case out here and go. You know? I know it's like a stream circus out there and everybody and their dog is streaming, but you know, that's how it is. Oh, it's a little too thick. Go like an XS or the 03. I could probably do a bit of a thicker line for this. Oh, the 03. Yeah, let's just jump into it. Just hop in here. I need a sheet of this majestic Xerox paper. Just because I find it so smudgy. Alright. No real plan, no real order. I'm just going to do it. I guess I can tilt that a little bit. Hope that I'm not getting in the way. Alright. So how's everybody doing tonight? Exactly. Hope everybody's doing good. I kind of feel like doing something thicker. Or 1.5 thick. The cartoony nature of it. Yeah, this one should go pretty quick. This might be a little early for some of my streams, I guess. We'll see. Right in there. Yeah. I think we'll tear through this one tonight. Ton happening. I could be playing some Tekken. Let's see. Finding the time to do these is a whole other thing entirely. Been trying to get everything else done. No. Pull these lines. Those lines. We'll be curious to see how much the Oh, that's gonna be great. I feel like this will be done in record time. Ouch. Right, and I kind of loose sketch of the gun. Oh, hello. Who am I drawing? This is Elisa Maza from Gargoyles. You know, she's the cop, usually has the red jacket on. You know, hangs out with the gargoyles all the time. Hello, Henry. Hello, Sugar Chris. Everybody's having a good evening. But yeah, the thing is like she always says the jacket zipped up, right? So I figured, you know, very rarely, you know, in the show she'll take the jacket off and she just has a tight black t-shirt on. So I was like, I'm gonna go that way. It's a little bit more sexy, a little, you know, cleaner. But yeah, we're going with a 0.5 today. We're just chunking it out. But yeah, and usually, you know, if you've seen the other streams, I typically would be using a red or blue pencil. But the last few times I used the red and blue, I'm not sure if it was a combination of the paper or they're just really waxy. But I decided to try just a regular one of the Sakura pencils that comes packed in with the Pigma Microns. And so I was just like, I'm just gonna use that. And it's kind of the double-edged sword. You use the pencil, and then you get a lot of smudges and smears and stuff from it. And then you use the red or the blue, and it's a little bit more waxy, so you get the smears, but the ink doesn't seem to flow as smooth. You know, so a little bit of give and take there for sure. Black most of it. Yeah, I seen that. I'm pretty sure that Kickstarter's over. There was like a series of trades. They were collecting a bunch of the Gargoyles trades from the 90s, I thought. And that's what that was for, I believe. Unless there's a different Kickstarter. Yeah, no, I wasn't even sure what the weather, like if we'd even have power. There's kind of a really big storm in here right now. And so I was kind of like, will I start streaming and just like lose power or what? But I was like, I gotta get one of these out. The door, so I don't get too far behind. No? But yeah, I kind of was looking through some of the Gargoyles books, and I was kind of like, whoa, you know, what's going on in here? Human on gargoyle action, which kind of surprised me. I was like, what's happening here, guys? Are we going down a dark path? Then I remembered it was Disney. Oh yeah. I love the dark path. This one, I kind of simplified it so that even though I was doing more of like a full person, just kept it very clean and didn't really do much in the way of like bumps of hair or anything like that. I just made it all one big clean wave. A lot of this stuff will get erased, so you won't even see it when it's time to get there. Yeah, and I went with a thicker line this time because yeah, it's more cartoony. You know, we'll keep it thick and clean. See how that goes. And hands. Also all the bases I would like to get this down so that maybe I could kick these out in an hour. Right? Like just kind of Boom, boom, boom. There you go. That'd be nice. Still on camera here. Too far. I find him like pulling it towards me because you're kind of hunched over on the desk on this angle. Desk. Oh yeah, I was keeping you around for a reason, but you're getting away. I'm probably just gonna black that gun out. Highlights. See where the night takes us. Paper? Seems pretty solid. Alright. We're going. Man, it's like record time. That would still be visible with the anything exciting going on? I haven't seen you streaming in the mornings lately there, Sugar Chris. You taking a little bit of a break, or? You were streaming pretty regularly there for a bit. Or is YouTube just not notifying? Okay, alright. Yeah, crazy ass storm. We got one crazy storm on the weekend too. And then we get another one tonight / tomorrow. How fun that's gonna be. What can you do? I don't control the weather. A little shade. A little shadow. Love it. Could be out of here so fast. Go small. Yeah, well, it's kind of funny. Like, I kind of got pulled into Joe Mad with that 325. I think that was like, I think I was kind of had a break from comics. And I had, just wasn't, I was like skateboarding or snowboarding or, having sex with girls. I don't know what I was doing at the time. But I just remember walking into, and it wasn't even a comic book store. It was like just a regular bookstore. And they had a small row of comic books, and I think I was looking at like EGMs or Game Fans or something, and I just kind of looked over and seen that issue of 325 and picked it up and was like, what the hell's this? The art was really good, and I was like, oh, there's like somebody's wearing, like, I think it was like Scott Summers was wearing like a giant Robo shirt, and I was like looking through and I was just like, why are there's like hero references and weird stuff in this issue, And I obviously knew who the X-Men and stuff were, but I was just like, this art is really good, and like, had those kind of anime influences, but had like the kind of Capcom art influences, and so yeah, I picked that issue up, and it kind of got me back into comics. That's what's pretty interesting about like Joe Mad. It's like, just kind of seeing that kind of was like, oh wow, I should be reading comics again. Hello, K-pop. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, we're just we are just in here drawing up an Elisa Maza, everyone's favorite show, Gargoyles. Going a little thicker here. We're using a 0.5, mixing it up. I think it'll just go better with the kind of style. We don't need to go too fine. But yeah, I do really like Joe Mad's work. And then like he did a lot of that stuff like after Battle Chasers, did all the designs and artwork and all that kind of stuff for the Darksiders games. And when you look at those games, you can tell Joe Mad designed those characters. The world, everything is just beautiful. And then like, yeah, the Battle Chasers game that he made, and then there were Airship Syndicate. They're working on something else that also had his art style, like hugely influenced by his work. But like that's the thing. Like he's probably just making way more money and is probably more excited about making games, right? Like because that was a huge influence on him. Like I know some people might say like Art Adams and like some of these other people, contemporaries, but like I really feel like he was way more influenced by anime and manga and video games than anything. Like I think that was the, he was like, what if, anime artists did incredibly tight pencils, right? And so he just does these crazy detailed pencils and does all that kind of stuff, but like, he makes that big chunky guy, it looks like the big chunky guy in Ninja Scroll, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like the blue skinned guy with the gold on him from Battle Chasers. Like, a lot of that stuff was very much him, making nods to a lot of those things. I think for a face, I am going to go with the smaller, XS. Yes. Let's go with the XS. Where you at? You at, ho? Yeah, I had a pull list for some time when I was like in college and stuff like that. And I'd go to the place and just pick up my stuff, and then after college they mailed me my stuff for a long time. I just got them to mail me boxes of stuff, like once a month or once every other month. And then a few years later, I ended up managing a couple comic book stores, so I didn't really need a pull list. Things just work out in weird ways. But yeah, that's kind of the thing, like, because like if you were to do like a pull down tree of the things that influenced me, it's like everything from like the heavy metal movie to Gem and the Holograms to Akira to Jeff Scott Campbell to Joe Mad to Alan Davis to Michael Turner, guys like that, all over the place. But I also was like huge Otomo fan because of Akira. I was huge Ghost in the Shell, Appleseed, Orion, fan because of Masamune Shiro. Like, and like it's weird. Like a lot of those guys, like even Shiro doesn't even do comics really anymore. He just kind of does pinup books. And then we'll put like 3 or 4 pages of a comic about some demon hunter or something like that. And that's it. Like I seen an interview with Masamune Shiro once, and he was basically like, I just basically work on making a Bible and building out the universe for Ghost in the Shell and Appleseed, or companies to either make anime or make live action movies or 3D movies or whatever. It was kind of a sad interview to me because it's like, oh, like you're content just to basically make back matter for when people want a license, right? And so yeah, that was kind of weird to me. I was always kind of disappointed to hear that. But, what it's not like, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like maybe he just feels he's too old. Maybe he just doesn't have the time to do it. Could be a very, very good thing. So he's just like, hey, in the meantime, in my spare time, I will just kind of build out my universe, so if anybody ever has a question, I have the answer. Maybe he's just beyond it. But yeah, I don't know, that's kind of the sad thing. Like when a lot of these creators get to a certain point, they're just like, yeah, I just don't care anymore. I'd rather do anything else. I get it, like, because it's like at some point you're like, I would like to do something else. But at the same time, like as a fan, you're like, I'd like more of that thing I like. I don't know. I also fall into weird things. Hello, Jolly Green. I also fall into like weird, because there's been a lot of talk like in whether it's mainstream comics or indie comics or CG or whatever, Iron Age, whatever group you want to find. Excuse me for a second. Drink. But yeah, like whatever group you want to find, and there's that kind of thing like where you know, fans think they have a say, but at the same time, as a creator, you're like, you know, like say you've been buying, like, you know, and I don't care whether you're a mainstream comic fan or a manga fan or whatever, but I'll just use something like generally that's been going on for a long time by the same artist. And I'll say One Piece, right? Say you're working on One Piece and you've been working on One Piece or whatever it is for 10 years, right? And so all these people are reading your book and you have a bunch of fans, right? At what point do the fans have a say in what happens in the book, right? And my answer is never. My answer is if you liked what, you know, I'll just say, like, you know, I'll speak from the creator of One Piece, quote unquote, right? If you liked what I was doing in the first place and you came in and bought the book and you started enjoying it, why would you want to dictate how it ran? Why would you want to say in what happened? Right? You don't know what, you know, you don't know what my plans are. Right? You don't know if you don't like what I'm doing with, like, you know, Luffy or, you know, whoever right now. Well, maybe I'm building to something. You know, like, what gives, like, why do you think I should give two sweet fucks about what you think just because you spent $10 on a manga? Right? Like, obviously, I know what I'm doing if we're 10 years in and people are still buying it. Right? So, like, at what point, like, you know, or how do the fans suddenly think they know what's up? Right? And that's the thing, like, I don't think you should have a say. Like, as a person who creates things and makes things, creating by committee is the death of creativity, right? Like, if you have a bunch of people in a room, but you don't have a visionary, if you don't have that one, sometimes it's two people, but if you don't have that one vision and that they see it all stretched out before them and they know the characters and they know the thing, the second you bring a bunch of other people in that come in and go, oh, well, you know, we have research that says they're not going to like this type of character. We have research that says it's the death of creativity. If you create for everyone, you create for no one. Right? And so that's kind of the thing that really, really frustrates me about a lot of this stuff, right? Because, like, as you know, because, like, that's the thing, like, and I see a lot of people who, I guess, for lack of a better, you know, term, you know, like, go at creators or say, like, oh, I don't like your art, or I don't like your book, or I don't like whatever it is you're doing. And I'm like, okay, but just like, and that's the thing. Or say you backed my book, right? Say you gave me $20 or $25 or $50, or you bought the super tier that came with a t-shirt and, you know, a bunch of accoutrements. And so say you bought that, say you gave me $100, right? Like, you don't own me because you purchased something. I'm giving you a product, right? And so for me, that was a beneficial exchange for both parties, right? And even if, right, like, even if, let's say, you were saying, well, I'm helping you achieve your goals or your dreams. Well, that's still helping you. That's still selfish on your end, because then you get to say that you helped. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to have it in the sweet cockles of your heart that you helped a creator make their dream come true. You know? And so, like, that's the thing. I just don't understand why people assume that you should somehow listen to the people. Like, if you, like here's the thing, like, myself personally, I can't speak for, you know, anybody else, but, you know, myself personally, I would rather, like, this whole YouTube thing, I don't care for it, right? Like, in a perfect world, I would make my thing and people would see it, and just the sheer majesty of it. You would look at it and you'd be like, it's so fucking cool, I need this. Right? Like, none of this stuff where it's like, oh, you know, like Jay streams and he says funny things sometimes and, you know, blah, I like him. Right? Like, fuck Jay. Like, no way. I want you to, like, look at the cool thing that I'm doing and be like, I need that. Right? Like, you know, when I start pimping my book and start showing it off, I want people to go, oh, you know, and like, that's the thing. Like, and so you get in that weird spot as a creator where you're like, okay, well, I have to do certain things now. I have to do whatever, or people are gonna, you know, have questions. And you're just like, well, you know, fuck off. Like, you know, have another question. Yes, tumescent cockles, girthy. But do you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of thing that, like, as a fan of things, and also a person who, like, I don't know, the weird way I look at creation for things is, obviously, you know, as an artist, you want to make things. But also, in a weird way, I want to put out a product, and it is a product. You know, art is a product. You know, creativity, eventually, someone gives you money for it. It's a product. It's an exchange of goods. I want to be the creative igniter for someone else the way it was for me, right? I feel like that's how most artists would feel more appreciative of that than any actual dollar amount, in a weird way, right? Like, you know, I think a lot of people are successful, but if they knew that they were the one who, like, you know, that influenced Masamune Shirow or Otomo or Alan Davis or whatever, that would also be fulfilling. That's part of the fulfillment, the full circle of, hey, I really like this stuff, and now it's being passed on. You know, like, there's some part of you that carries over, like the way everybody says that everything looks like Art Adams, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm sure to some case that's true, but I feel like a lot of people are uneducated in art enough that they think that certain people are the genesis of everything, when there was a genesis to Art Adams, right? There was a beginning, he had influences, and he compiled them all and made Art Adams style, right? And then people seen Art Adams, and then they seen, you know, some Disney stuff, or they seen, you know, Masamune Shirow, and then they crammed that all together, right? And that's their style. And so, yeah, that kind of stuff is interesting to me. And, like, we were seeing a lot of stuff with the fans, and a lot of interesting stuff with, like, you know, the translation community in anime and manga, you know, being held to what I feel like is a standard that everyone should be held to. Do your job. If your job is to translate something from one language to the next, you should do that without inserting anything that's not present. Seems obvious, you know? I will say hello, Sumo. If I didn't already, I don't know if I didn't. I know I made fun of you a few times and commented on your things. Stop lying to K-pop. You have no nostrils. You have a tiny, some might say, pug-like nose. And, yeah, and you can't smell anything, you know? Hello, Tay-Tay is a psyop, aka Tay-Sway, aka Sway-Sway, aka Hey. You know, that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I'm drawing here. Eventually, I'll remember that. But yeah, that kind of stuff is something I think about more than I should, I think. Right? Like, about where the fandoms are, or what rights. Because, like, you know, you see it in the chats a lot, right? And you'll see people who are, like, very upset with someone for something, or incredibly, like, oh my god, I can't believe. I'm gonna move this over so that I can see. But yeah, like, oh my god, I can't believe that they said that thing. And I'm like, All right, like unless you're like some kind of weird like sex criminal, you know, I don't really care if you're an asshole, right? I don't really care that you don't like some politician, right? Like separate the art from the artist as much as humanly possible, because like, you know, a lot of times when you're creating a thing, you're trying to reflect certain things and represent certain things, but they are not you, right? Like you're not necessarily self-inserting yourself. You're not, you know, you're holding a mirror up sometimes, right? And showing people themselves. And and a lot of times they don't like that, you know? But yeah, I don't know. It's a very weird thing to see some of the backlash and some of the conversations that happen, in the creative space, right? And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, she could solve that by changing her avatar. You know, that I hope that's not too technically advanced for Tay Tay, but since it is a psyop situation, there should be the ability to purple up your icon. You know? Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's a new action figure unboxing and review on the channel. Those never do well, but I do them anyway because I don't care. You know, I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and these are the views it gets, and it's pretty standard. And yeah, I'm gonna do it. Get owned. Yeah. Yeah, Sumo didn't know, okay. Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, I did an arcade stick review because that was something I wanted to do, right? And I'm like, hey, this thing's pretty expensive. And I think people would like to know, you know, if it's decent or not. And it's my most watched video on my art books. You know, I had art books. I have, you know, some video game stuff, some comic stuff, some draw streams. My most watched video with almost 2,000 views is an arcade stick review where I talk about an arcade stick and play a bit of Tekken 7. Right? Like, makes you wonder. But yeah. It's still my most viewed video. Like, anytime I look at stuff. You know, so like, as a creator, if I, you know, was just like, what's going to get me the most views, it would be like probably doing video game stuff, you know, or reviews of arcade sticks or tech stuff or whatever, right? But like, that's only part of my interest, so sometimes weird stuff like that is going to show up. No. Don't be hasty, Sumo. Like, I'm using Taysway to build up this channel, right? Like, once people get to know that Taysway comes to the channel, it's gonna be huge for me. Huge. You know? But yeah. Got some more to do here. We got the eyes. They have it. Saving them for last. It's weird. It doesn't show up in the camera. But man, when I'm sitting here, I'm getting a wild glare from the pencils. That's enough. Alright. These eyes going. This was almost, Sumo, I'm gonna say it. This was almost a Red Sonja cover. I was like sketching out some stuff and I was like, oh yeah, I have a Red Sonja cover I can do. But then I said, oh, I have a Savage Tales I can do. And I never, so yeah, look at you. Don't mess up the eyes. And you messed up the spelling. Sumo, you and I both know that the one thing I don't do is mess up the eye. Right? You know, sometimes people come to me and say, "Are these eyes right? Can you fix these eyes?" And I go, "Yes. Yes, I can." You know? Just how I am. Just how I am. But yeah, there's some good stuff happening. I'm pretty excited about it. But you know, that's the way life goes. You just get fun stuff happening, and you're like, "Hey, let's go." There's also been some like weird, like, oh, we found a whatever in our midst. It's been out and about. I'm not going to talk about it, but other people will, I'm sure. Do. Close there, Sumo. It's close. Man, I'm telling you. Yeah, also, don't do anything nice or send anybody something and then tell certain people that you're doing it, because they will come and tell me, and I will be like, okay, that's dumb, but I already knew that. Yeah? That's a personality trait that drives me crazy. People who basically, that I call information brokers, who offer nothing of value in their entire existence other than that they know something that you might not. And they go, "Hey, I know this thing." And you're like, "Yeah, but I know that." And they're like, No, but I know this thing." I'm like, "Uh-huh. Yeah, well, I just thought I'd tell you." With a passion. I hate the information broker human being, personality trait, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's just weak. It's weak ass, lame, tired. You know? But I do like, did you get that thing I sang? You know? Did you get that thing that I sang? I like that type of person. Stay fun. Mm-hmm. You know? K-pop knows. Knows what's up. I mean, anybody who's seen Harvey Birdman knows what's up. It's not play around here. You know? Yeah, see, once I get the eraser out, just eraser's gonna make that sponge noise. When I get it. Here's also, alright. We're gonna go on a little bit of a tirade here. Right? These racers are good because they pick up a lot of stuff, right? Like, they tend to be really good at cleaning up stuff. But for fine, tiny little detail that you're like, hey, I want to get at that, something like this, far more ideal, right? Like, I was like erasing and doing stuff and putting stuff in, trying to sketch this in here to make it fit. you know, nicely. And I was like, if I could get this in this somehow, like as far as like accuracy and whatever, that'd be cool. Little nip with the eraser. What? Want me to like make a little pepperoni nip? So I'm not here to kink shame Sumo, but you know, came here to draw a sketch cover in kink shame, and I'm all the sketch covers. You know? What kind of nip are we making here? Button nip. Oh, on the pick. Oh, I thought that would be like your nips on things. No? Okay. I made it weird. Okay, I made it weird. All right. Yeah. Go here. Oh, you know what sucks? I just thought of it, Sumo, because you said I made it weird. So that Astro Boy, that like foot tall Astro Boy on the repair bed or whatever you want to call it, they canceled. They stopped the pre-orders on it before I could pre-order it. I'm like, what? And then they're like, oh, you know, maybe we'll open up more orders after it ships. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. I super wanted to get that, and then I apparently just forgot to order it, and then they canceled all. Like they didn't cancel, but they closed the pre-orders. And I was like, that is disgusting. I am both annoyed and upset. Mostly with you, Sumo. I'm just gonna put it out there. Mostly with you. I should have did it when I posted it originally, and then I didn't do it. What So I just feel that someone needs to be blamed. And it's not going to be me. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Hockey. How are you doing, good sir? How is everything going with you and the family? Haven't seen you around for a while. You know? But it is good to see you, good sir. Here and get this eye done. Okay. We got eyes. Be careful. Now, here's the weird part. We're getting a bit of a. All right, artists. You're gonna notice that I don't do a ton of straight-on shots because they're boring. Putting people's face straight on, boring. So I often kind of do like a little bit of an upshot so that you're kind of getting a little bit of the under part of their nose, you know, and it kind of elongates their face, right? And so you're getting a 3/4, but it's not a boring 3/4. You can go look at some of the other sketch covers and stuff like that, or some of the other art that I've posted. I tend to not do a straight on unless I'm trying to do something specific, right? Like with the half one I did a straight on because, you know, it's the duality, it's the split kind of thing. So that makes sense in that situation. But like a lot of times, it's way more interesting to just have a subtle head tilt, whether it's up or down, you know, so you're getting a bit more of a 3/4 perspective. And I just don't see people doing it. And so a lot of their stuff looks just flat because of it. And it's a very simple fix. Very simple to just get a little this way angle on a face and You know, and then people go, oh, you know, it's not just a person's face straight on gawking at me. All right, I just gotta do that whole line there. But all the basic line work is there. Let's go back to my 5. And I'll probably do a fatty. They have micro-sized ones of these. They do. Yeah, I was looking at some when I was at Michael's the other day. They have it's like, I don't know, it's they're probably about that big in comparison, you know. Of the little ones that I see, like 3 packs of them or whatever. Hello, Craters Outlet. Hello, friendly pendejos, and not so friendly pendejos. Can I keep it slick? Like the cartoon. I'm gonna get too wild with it. I'm gonna black that out. Yeah, you look like it's gonna be a good time. All right. So we're gonna black the gun out, and I'm just gonna hit it with some highlights. We don't got all day. Ain't moving in here. No. I think that's too soft. So weird. I kind of hate art supplies. All right, I'm just gonna put that out there. It's like you just like feel it. There we go. That's better. It's a more rigid brush. Yeah, I don't know. There's just like certain art supplies. Now that I'm like using art supplies and stuff on the reg now, I just kind of go, man, why does this feel like this? You know? Curious to see how much this picks up. Redo some. The way the pencil is. Do-do-do. Sumo jail. Damn. Sumo's going to jail? It's also sudden. What did he do? I mean, I'm not objecting. I don't know what I did. Their neighbors. Man, which ones? The very friendly by the hour neighbors, or you have different neighbors that are how shall we say, involved. Hmm. All right, hit that with some white after. All right, let's get this pencil up. Maybe hit it with some Copics. Damn. Everyone's going to jail. Some people just to visit, apparently. Just curious. Okay. Let's gloomy. Alright, we don't need all this. We just need a piece. Alright, let's scoot in here. All this biz. my sweet, sweet clean lines left. Yeah, see, like on a big scale, it's pretty good. It really lifts all that stuff up, but I just find it for finer stuff, it seems to get rid of everything that you don't want it to get rid of. Yeah. Oh, Rumbleroo. Good day. Good afternoon, good evening. But yeah, see, this is working way better than I expected. Just because sometimes it's like the first, you're like, oh, that worked, but then when things get down to the nitty-gritty, you expect things to go bad and are pleased when they don't. Doo-doo-doo. Get in there and clean that face out. See, what's kind of funny about her face is that I was like, I'm gonna go a little bit more cartoony with it. But it just kind of looks like a face I would draw anyway. Okay. It's a little lighter there. I'll have to darken that. Some spots there. So it seems more balanced. Yeah, the pencil underneath can be deceiving. And I wasn't erasing this much with the red and blue pencils because they don't smudge, right? Like the reason I'm erasing most of this is because of all the smudging that the regular pencil was doing. Gargoyles was like late 90s. It was very good, and it had a lot of people from Star Trek doing the voices, like like Riker was the villain Xanatos. There was Keith David, he was Goliath. The guy who played Worf did voices in it. Whatever that one, not Deanna Troi, but the other one, did voices in it. She was Demona. Yeah, no, Elisa Maza is, I would assume, Latino. She's a cop for the NYPD. Yep. Definitely not Asian. Oh, squeaky. Eraser is Skoweekend. Yeah. Yeah, poor Sumo's people. Noseless. Destined to wander the earth. Not knowing of the sweet culinary delights they produce. But yet here we are. Yeah, it really picked up the ink there. Some of this I'll have to go over again. Just to touch up some spots. Now it is. Doo-doo-doo-doo. But yeah, man, I was looking at the comics and I was like, oh, they kissing now. They making hot, steamy gargoyle action with humans. I was like, whoa, that's not how it was when I was watching that show. It's not the Gargoyles I remember. And I remembered it's, 2022, 2023, 2024 now, and everybody's a degenerate, and you couldn't have their love go unrequited, because degens. I'm telling you. See, now you're trying to put me into a tough spot there, Tay-Tay. Like, draw sumo. And there's nothing I could do that would, not offend him or his people. By that I mean noseless ones. It's like, there's not like eraser dust, but there's like a light bit of eraser dust. Yeah, these cover things have been interesting. Just because I'm trying something different, trying different tools, different ways of doing things, and seeing what the results are like. And it's kind of an interesting journey. Just to kind of figure things out and just kind of see, more than anything, it's just kind of helping me find my toolkit, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Yeah, honestly, the best time for wrestling, like American wrestling anyway, because I watch a lot of New Japan and Noah, 01, all that stuff. But the best time for American wrestling was definitely NWO. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Sting, I can still hear the cries of Jim Ross. He threw him like a dart, when Kevin Nash picked up Rey Mysterio and threw him like a dart into the side of a motorhome or something like that was on set, like behind the stadium that they were wrestling at. That kind of stuff. And then Macho Man jumped on their limousine as they drove away. Incredible. Or, when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash had just previously beat the crap out of these two Mexican mass wrestlers, Biano 1 and 2, right? And then they were walking around drinking cough syrup with these Biano guys' masks on, going, Stinger, Stinger, while drinking cough syrup, wearing their masks, and looking for Sting. And I'm just like, incredible. What's happening here? There's that's the thing. Like, if memes were a thing, that would have been a thing. If people were running around posting memes back then, my God. That's what it's all about. I'm telling you. Yeah. But that, I don't know. It was a different, people say things are a different time all the time, but it really was a different time. People just weren't doing that stuff in wrestling, right? It changed. That NWO was a thing in Japan. There was an NWO faction in Japan because of cross promotion with WCW and stuff like that at the time. And so, you've seen it in video games. There was Sting and Scott Hall and all these guys, and then there was an NWO I guess you would call it faction, in Japan and stuff like that. That stuff was huge. The only thing I think that has even come close to it modern day would have been Bullet Club in Japan, right? People over here knew what Bullet Club was. People knew all that stuff, right? And so I remember being really sad that Sting wasn't really Sting. God damn it, Tay-Tay. God damn it. I'm just shaking my head right now. You can't see it. Can't see it. I'm shaking my head. God damn it. Damn it. Alright, there's a couple lines there that need to be touched up. It's for the most part where it should be. No, like, well, here's the thing, though. Like, the vast majority of the big wrestlers are Canadian. Edge, Christian, Chris Jericho, Bret Hart, etc., etc., etc. Kenny Omega. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you start listing off who's who of wrestling. They're Canadian. It's kind of how it is. You know, that's just the way it is. You know? But, like, I mean, with that said, like, some of my favorite wrestlers are, like, the Great Muta, Jushin Thunder Liger, Kenta Kobashi, John Akiyama, like, stuff like that. Like, some of the greats, you know. Right. I think we got most of it. Leave this lighter, but still keep it. Plug it into the shading. What? Who didn't show anything? What? Oh, Shawn Michaels. God damn it, women. Talking about Shawn Michaels in Playgirl. Incredible. Kind of degen chat is this? No, I want something. I want to go a little thick. You're gonna be the one. No. Damn it, man. Are you the FB? There we go. Yeah, it is weird, Sumo. You are a magical creature. I liked hockey when I was a kid. But, you know, I just don't have time for it. I find a lot of that, like, I don't know, that stuff kind of, some of the stuff just gets old, right? Like, you get to a certain point with certain things, and you're just kind of like, all right, I've seen enough of my team lose every year, like, you know, for the past however many years, and then you're just kind of over it. What I'm doing here right now is controversial to some people. with the thick black outline. But I like it, and I think it makes it pop, so I'm gonna do it. But I would never do it if I was drawing digitally. The interesting thing, right? Because it kind of just makes it look like a sticker. And I think that's kind of the cool part. In here. Doo-doo-doo. Does Hawaii even have a hockey team? Is that a thing? Do they play hockey? Do they have rinks in Paradise? You know? Do they have a Zamboni? There's somebody there that fixes and drives a Zamboni in Hawaii. You know? Do. Do you, Sumo, know a guy who drives a Zamboni? Do you call him the Zamboni Pony? You call him Chuck? No? Let's see here. No? I gotta tighten up some of these lines where the eraser picked up. But generally, we hit everything. Oh, I missed a little edge there. Alright. Get in here. Teach this a lesson. 5. Clean these up. A little bit. This piece of paper is disappearing on me. You know? I don't want that. You don't want that. I have to figure out something where I'm sitting here. Right? Can we get? Do we have both cameras? See, when I'm bending over, the camera's over the thing, and I'm like, I keep hitting my head there, or I keep putting it under. It's very annoying. You know, gonna have to figure out some kind of different dealio with this camera. But it is what it is, dog. You know? Hello, Noah. How you doing, kid? What is up? Uh-oh. Noah's speaking German again. Sumo's about to get it. Oh, yes. All right. Yeah, so this, I think, does this have me caught up? No, or am I a week behind already? One of them. One of those two. We'll get back in there. Fill that in. Alright. You want some schnapps? Man, I bought a very nice bottle. Hold on for a second. That's not schnapps. Hold on. See here, look, Sumo. I bought the whiskey of your people. I bought a nice bottle of Hibiki. It is a good time. I'm gonna take it out. Oh yes. A beautiful, beautiful bottle of Hibiki. Suntory. Very good. Very nice. You know how it is. Sometimes you gotta spoil yourself. You know, yeah, like Noah's from like the 50s, maybe the 40s. He time traveled here. Listen, Sumo. Calm down. Last time your people got excited, you know, they Pearl Harbored and did some bad stuff in Korea. Settle down. Just whoo. Take a breath. Alright. Back in here. Get a Lisa Mazza all up in here. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the excess to get this eye stuff done, and a lot of ink got picked up by that. Okay. It's nostril, and I think I'll hit a little. Again, loop. Nostril. I did get something in the mail. I could show you, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna wait till something else comes in the mail. And then I'll show it. You know, don't wanna ruin one surprise with another. If that makes sense. Hello, Admiral Wackass. Good day to you, sir. Oh, this is excellent. Noah doesn't know who Tay-Tay is. Incredible. Incredible. Let's see here. Clean this line work up a bit. So we have the full gravity. Here. Okay. Man, look at this. Whack ass can smell it. Unlike Sumo. Now people are just out here flaunting their abilities, Sumo. Incredible. What have you done to all these people, Sumo, that they openly flaunt their ability to smell things? Hmm? That's what I don't get. Here I thought people liked Sumo. Yeah. What do we have? I'm gonna black some more of that in, so I can get more of this. What? Oh. One might be figuring it out. Underneath. Almost picking up scant little hits. Right, just scant little hits. Not too much. All right. Do her eye last. Oh yeah, I got it. Do. Oh. Sumo. He wants you to be I'm gonna use one of those words. Sumo, he wants you to be complicit in erasing his hate for your people. Incredible. Incredible. What does he think you are, Sumo? That's the question. Just gonna lie down like a dog. Take it. Okay. Exactly. Incredible. The unmitigated gall. Let's see. This could be the end of everything. I can say. Where are my Copics at? Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. 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 See, this is the thing. Where is everything? Who are these people? Why am I left here to do this? Oh god, why? I mean, this is my only option right now. Do-do-do.
All right, let's get straight to the biscuits. At 0800 hours this morning, an American soldier was eaten by a Nazi dinosaur.
That's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No, Claire, that's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Try thinking first before you open your mouth.
Women.
You know? Alright. We've grabbed our Copics during that. And I'm kind of curious if I can mute the tone of her color, her hair with a lighter blue, and then mix it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Alright. We'll see how much I can screw this up. How about that? Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Sweet zombie Jesus. Where the hell is the Grays at? Sketching Grays. Dog. Oh, over here. That's why they call it the blue. Do-do-do-do-do. You know? I guess we'll go with these and see how that goes. I guess that's why they call it the blue. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. And I guess that's why they call it the blue. Alright. Let's call it the blue. Do-do-do-do-do. Living like lovers, rolling like thunder. Under the covers. And I guess that's why I call it the blue. You know? Yeah, well, see, here's the funny thing, Noah. Sometimes people like to make lemons into lemonade, right? And I can't really, you know, use your dating scale, but I can make fun of Sumo for not having a nose, right? Like, that's the thing, right? Like, the sliding scale of humor. Like, what can I get away with that's not really going to offend anyone, but people will get the joke? You know what I'm saying? That's what's key. Alright. Let's just go for it and see if we can get the effect we're looking for, or will I just destroy this and throw it in the fire. You know? One of the two. I'm open. I'm open to it. Call 1-800. I'm open to it. Set it on fire. Throw it away. Burn it. Burn the jacket. Burn it. You know? I don't know. Do. See, it's weird. Like, you don't know why or how these covers are going to pick up that thing. I don't know if the camera picks it up. But, see, it's kind of like splotchy, how it kind of beads on top of the paper. So you just don't know. You know? Sketch covers are like a box of chocolates, it seems. Alright, we're just gonna do it. And if I ruin it, whatever. And I guess that's why they call it the blue. Because I'm gonna use blue. See? See what I did there? Alright. Let's just drop it like it's hot. See, this will be lighter. And then come on here and be darker. Right, is that how the science works? Science still out on that? Hold me closer, Tony Danza. I found 3 pennies on the highway. That's a nice blue Nissan Stanza. Left it parked here in the driveway. You know? That's how that song goes. In case you didn't know. Do 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 do. Maybe someone will eat this. What is the calorie content on eating a sketch cover? What kind of, is there a lot of fiber in it? Is it fibrous? I'm gonna drop a great deuce after eating a sketch cover. Describe it. I have to go over that shaded area because it's not really, it barely even looks like I went with the grays over top of it. All right, let's experiment. I mean, my options are, I got darker blues or a more muted blue. And I could try that, or I could go with the grayscale. Let's see what we got here. Let's open my $11 billion worth of... See, that barely even shows. Maybe if I layer it. Right? Like, alright. See, this is where we're gonna get swifty, you know? get our Swifty fans in here. We'll just see. We'll just see if I hit it with a much darker. Right? Then I blend. Will that work? Will we get the desired effect? I'm not scared. I'll just go in here and throw color on this until I vomit. I'm not worried about it. Right? Right, do I want to saturate it more? I spent 6 months in a leaky boat, wrapped up in a black coat. You know? Listen, anything's possible here, whack-ass. Right? Kind of like that. Kind of like that commingling of the species. Give it a shot here. Right, see, if I was smart, I would watch some videos on how to use these. But I've literally just been like, hey, I'm just gonna start fucking with them. And figure out what works and what doesn't. Go from there, right? That's the beauty of it. And I feel like I like that. Yeah, well, she has like a really dark blue hair on the show, right? Like you assume it's black, but they make it like it's kind of like when you see Venom on the Spider-Man show, the cartoon. He was always like a blue or a purple, right? So even though she wears a black shirt and like a light blue jean, her hair is like that, just to offset for the animated model. I mean, her jeans are pretty light. Well, it's kind of green looking. Oh, it looks green, it do. Yeah, that is more of a green than I would care for. See, I'm torn on just hitting it with a lighter gray. Kind of get that effect that I want. Slide over here for a sec. I guess we'll. Lighting comes this way. All right. Yeah. Like I said, hate this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like mount my camera to the side or over my shoulder or something like that. Where it is right now, it's kind of odd. Yep. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of hate this. Like, you can see it kind of bubbling and whatnot, but we've come this far, we're gonna go with it. See how it goes, and, yeah. You know. It be do. It be do. This goes under. This goes lighting. Lighting. Worst case scenario, you'll understand lighting better. Yeah, what might end up happening is that might all end up being black, and because her shirt's black. We'll see. We'll see where I go here. And your arm self-shadows your body. Then your boobs shadow themselves. Is there a sphere or a teardrop? You know? Oh, hey, Kayla. Here's my thing. The paper is kind of blotching up the Copics, so I'm not getting exactly the desired effect I would like, but I appreciate your kindness. Appreciate your kindness. Maybe if we soak it, maybe that's the key. How we ripping through this? Oh, it's not that bad. All right, maybe it is the key. Maybe I gotta just really drench this to get like what I would consider a cleaner lay down of the color. Oh, maybe not. I may have just picked up some of the actual paper off the thing. All right. Fun. This is I get now why Shelby doesn't usually do Copics on anything. I get it. Learning the hard way. Right, fine. See, that seems to be smoother, but you really gotta apply the coating. You know what I'm saying? Right? Nice. Alright, let's get in here. Let's make this happen, you know? Really soak this motherfucker. The clean gradient. Yeah, that is it. Okay. All right. We've kind of figured it out. Paper doesn't like Copics, but if you apply it generously, not too generously, you can start to get a more even gradient, shade, coverage, whatever you'd like to call it. Right, because see, that's the thing. I'm 100% prepared to ruin this, right? That's the thing. Yeah. I have no problem failing bigly. Because then I just won't do it next time. I'll understand what I'm supposed to be doing here on this strange planet. In here, picking this up. Might get that coverage. Okay, alright. Cool. Alright, now work these Copics like they owe me money. They kind of do. Okay, we got a better gradient there. But what's crazy is it, when I look in the camera, you can see the little bits that are popping on the camera, but they don't pop when you are looking at them. It's kind of interesting. Like right here, like to me, it looks like a glowing white line. But when I look down at it, it is definitely neither of those things. Alright, how dark and bigly kinda. Yeah, that's acceptable. I'll take it. I'll take it. See, the key might actually be multiple washes. Kind of get the pigment to separate enough. Actually get the coverage you want. Okay. Alright, I got some browns, I got some shades. Let's make this Latina look a little more Latina. I think that peony is too dark. That burnt umber, also too dark. Maybe a dark suntan. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's getting wet. You know? I'm gonna act like there's poison in them pancakes. Alright, let's see how dark this is before I go too wild. Yeah, that's alright. See how it goes. Whoa. Alright, now let's see how it covers. Alright. There might be some layers of white for highlighting and stuff like that, and then layers of this separate color to kind of balance it out. Right? Because you need, it's like, you can see spots literally where it's like pushing it away. Yeah, how long are you going to be stuck Tay-Tay for? How long is that going to be your stick? Isn't there a timer, like you can only do it for so long? Right, you can't change your name every 2 seconds, I don't think. Do 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 do. See, I have some like opaque whites and stuff like that as far as highlights and stuff, so I should be able to hit that with an opaque and even it out some. But yeah, it's weird because it's kind of blotchy just from the paper. Yeah, we'll cross all these bridges. Jeff Bridges, when we come to them. But right now, I'm actually kind of pleased with the inks. They're not being scooped up by these Copics, so I guess that's a bonus. Alright, I'm going to test my theory before I go further. I'm an illegal alien. Do 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 do. No. Ah, all right. Yep. Let's go. I'll lighten up. Mm. There we go. That's a possibility. There we go. Probably highlight it. All right, we're just gonna go. We're gonna assume I can fix whatever it is I'm doing right now. If I can't, you know, then I can't. Fly me to the moon. Anywhere. Something about these nuts and mine. You know? Be gone, wench. You know?
Maybe I am not that bad. I ain't got the Japanese. Maybe order some Chinese. To die.
That kind of stuff. Alright. Let's get back in here to really wrecking shit. Oh. Turn this shit sandwich into a less shit sandwich. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is if I can do the, lightning, then I will, do that. I will make this Michael Jackson before too long. Alright. Do. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. I think it's gonna work out fine. Alright, let's get all up in this girl's face. You know? Somebody cried. Oh my god! Right? There was a sadness in him after that day. Believe me, I'll work this and possibly overwork it. But we'll work it. We'll figure it out. Ooh, boo-doo-boo-doo. Sumo, the lucky part about that scenario, about you being both lactose intolerant and wanting to eat ice cream, is that you won't smell the fucking horrible aftermath. Oh. You know? So at least there's a silver lining to your inability to smell. Do. Oh, little Miss Elisa Maza, lend me your ear. No, the other one. You know? Then we'll give her the white nose. That wasn't directed at you, Sumo. It was just coincidence. Okay, so now because this is all splotchy and weird, like, I think I've figured out why people don't work with children or animals in Copics on sketch covers. Because, good God, it seems wild. But we're going to fix it, or attempt to. Yeah, it's funny, when you look up, it's like, oh, it's fairly even coat, and I look in the camera, and it's like, you can see the spots that need to be addressed. Okay. She's very mocha-y. Alright. Now, friends and lovers. Now we go into Operation Booty Drop. This, friends and lovers, is what we're going to try. Now, let's see. Because if you understand how colors work and opacity, and let's not forget about our friend light, anything's possible. Very waxy. Kind of odd. I need a dab. I need a little dab. Lightning, lightning. Alright. Is it easier with my finger? Is that going to be the case? Listen there, K-pop. Stop telling me it's nice and warm in my house when my roof's on fire. All right? All right? Trying to figure out how to pop that lighter without getting too high in the thing. Alright, let's hold on. See, like, I don't know if I should kind of push it more towards a, like, taking advantage of how it's pooling, right? To make it look more watercolory? Or what? But the thing is like, I don't want it to be white like a hot spot, right? Like, I just want lighter, right? But then if I start putting, like, if I start putting this stuff directly on it, right, it's not going to give me, yeah, it's not going to give me the coverage. Like, this works pretty well when it was thin like that. Right? Like, that's actually interesting. Hold on, what other fun tools do I have? Since I keep buying shit. That is black. See, that's right. Put it on camera. Okay, we got white. Brush. What do I think of that now? Questions. Well, she's like Hispanic. She's Maza. So she's already dark. She's dark on the show. There are white people on the show, and she is darker than them. But if I could get that thinner, I'd be very excited. Ooh! Hold on. Listen, I'm either gonna burn it to the ground or save it. One of these two. I need something to put this little bit of alcohol. Do do do. Happy trail. The can go through. Can happen to you. You hold in your farts. You can drink all your wine. You can't have mine if you hold in your farts. I need something to put that in. Hold on. We got a better idea. Oh, goody. I'm gonna act like there's poison in them pancakes. You know? Dusty. Hold on. Less dusty. I'm gonna pour this water near this cover, Sumo. I'm doing it. Eat it. See if I can bring back this white. Listen, Sumo, I'm doing it. Come at me, bro. Do. What's over here? While I make a mess, take my pants off at the Payless. Do. Maybe, baby, I have a bottle of white ink around here somewhere. Oh, that's not white ink, but it's my Zig Ultrafine white brush for illustration. Hold on. We're gonna Frankenstein everything together. Come to me. Come to me, sweet zombie Jesus. Oh. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. We make noises. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna try the hot collab here. I'm gonna brush it out with a wet brush. See if I can thin it out a bit. Give it a little lighter pop. Right, live demo, folks. All right. See, this is what's going to be weird. I'm going to do something after this. People are going to go, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm going to tell you, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Splash of this water. Kelsey moment here. Listen, like I said, I'm gonna mess this up. I'm gonna do it bigly. Bigly, very bigly. Okay, so we can get a somewhat decent opaque. Right, this sketch cover has went off the rails. I'm fine with it. All right, we're gonna now our test. Hot dog controller, like the oh, there's like what's the company 8-Bit Dough. They have a see-through hot dog controller that looks like a SNES controller. It's transparent. Is it that one? That hot dog controller? All right, now rainbows. Let's see. God damn it, stay where I'm trying to put you. You son of a bitch! That's the brown. I wanna stray. I wanna stray from Browntown. Right? I wanna get a little lighter, but I don't wanna go too light. These markers are making me high. Taking my pants off. Okay. Alright, I kind of like this section. If I can clean it up a bit. No! Did you guys see that? You guys didn't see that. See? You didn't see a thing. You thought you saw you get white paint on the logo, but then you look like an ass when I didn't do it. You know? Hot dog in the morning. Alright. Now. Alright, I prefer that, but it's hard to actually get a even... Okay, to replicate that on her face is going to be a nightmare. But we've come this far, and I hate everything about it, so we're going to keep going. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's weird, it gives it kind of a sheen. Line sheen. Alright. So the cleaner way to do that we're doing it. Whatever. Right. Let it not be said that any fucks were given. And I was precious about it. 'Cause I'm not. Stop a little there, a little there. Alright. Do 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 do. Don't worry. Fixing the line work. Let's see. Where's that pen that I was just using? Yep. Doing white face. All right. Do do do. Yeah, well we're gonna bring it down. Yeah. It's gonna be a incredible series of shock and twists and endings. See, and if I only would have listened to Shelby every time he said, "Nah, man." When Andy said, "Are you going to put Copics on that?" And he was like, "Nah, man." And I was like, he says that every time. And then now I go, oh, I get why he says, "Nah, man." You know? But sometimes you gotta make your own mistakes. Right? So I'm gonna opaque her face up, hit it again with the thing. We should get to a kind of like in between kind of scenario. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Because it's dumb, I'm gonna keep going with it. Right? So you know what the problem was? Early on in the stream, I had this whole thing pretty much done line work wise, and I said, man, I'm gonna have this done early. And I should have just grayscaled it and walked away. You know what? That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you grayscale, walk away. Other times, you don't. Other times you essentially end up painting a cover on the cover. You know? See, I think that tone looks much better. Be a lesson. That'd be a lesson, Sumo. And not nose having son of a bitch. Coming in here, not being able to smell anything. Incredible. No? At least this is going to have some texture to it. It's going to have some oomph. Done. Ah, Noah. Oh no, I think that's coming around. All right, I'm coming back around on it. My technique has become enhanced. No. This mix of oil, alcohol, racism. It's a fine mix. No, you don't get mixes like this every day. Yeah. All right. Okay. There we go. I'm starting to feel it. All right. Yep. I blame Sumo as well, K-pop. I blame Sumo as well. Alright. Sweet zombie Jesus. Okay. So... Bush. Oh. Let's see here. I just want to trim some of this off. Okay, there are going to be a few of the lines on the nose that we're going to have to re-ink. I think we'll get her into a more tonally acceptable area. Alright. Let's... Oi. Yeah, we'll see here in the end. You know, pans out. Little baby. Now it's like a weird mixed media piece. It's like, it's got Copics, it's got marker, it's got whiteout. A bit of Ted Danson in here for some reason. Oh, get away from that ink. Push, push. Away. Okay, matches up. Alright. Matches her face. Alright. Alright, if I ever make this, if I ever go in here and do this again, somebody long distance shoot me. Alright, just point blank. Kaboom. Alright. So. Cap. Cap. Alright. So. It's very, very bizarre. Bizarre. The man they call Ravine. Alright, I'll tighten up her little face details. And then I'll worry about destroying the rest of it. Ta-da! No. Nope, I want my excess. Where are you at? Girl, where you go? Why you leave? Doo-doo-doo-doo. That's an SC. That's a 0.3. That's, yeah, you're small and tiny enough. Alright, let's get in here. That line. That line. All right. See you and I raise you, Satan. Dark Lord Satan, offer this girl's soul to you, master. You know, sometimes you're gonna offer Lisa Maz's soul to the Dark Lord. Cool with it. All right. God damn it! This camera rig's gonna be different soon. Okay. Now, I know what you're saying, but she has brown eyes. And then I also know what you're saying. Okay. Okay. Now that I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, she has light blue jeans. Test this blue out first. You know how it is. I think I want something flatter. Flatter. Cool Shadow. Ice Ocean. Let's try Cool Shadow. No, I'm gonna stay with. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna use that hand again. Damn. Sumo catching all these strays in the chat. Incredible. Okay. I don't even know if you can see that. All right. Hello, Paulos Arts. How are you doing today, good sir? All right. It's like there's a part of me that wants to just make the shades just pure black, right? And then that to gray because she has a black t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? And then I also realized that I didn't do her other bicep, right? So then that means that now my now perfected what I'm gonna call the Chamon technique, where I darken and then lighten. Chamon, ham and whole wheat on rye, is gonna have to be done here on this bicep, right? So the Chamon. Possibly the Sham Wow. Will have to be done here. You know? It is what it is. Take me home tonight. Sound like Tina. Yeah, let's do that. Do 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 do. Nope. I'm gonna grab the wrong motherfucking one of these. That's gonna suck. That opaque on there. Smush that in. There, we've got it down. We've got it down to a science now. Science. It's still kind of dark right here. Okay. Tighten that up a little bit. I think that is what I'm gonna do. Alright. Alright. Let's go. Do my darkest gray. You're damn near black. Where are my friendly FBs? Nope, nope, nope. All right. Inside this. Do 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 do. Rib cage. here. Picked. Boob shadow. Half Nelson. Now. Do. Right? Like I've taken you on a journey, right? And some might say it's worth it. Others might say their time was wasted here. I would not disagree. At least we have noses. Now, just a little bit of that. All our eyes, cross all our T's. All right, now I think I'm going to hit it with some gray. Maybe I'll go with the lighter gray. Do it. Yeah, see, like as soon as it hits, you can kind of see that it like it's almost like an oily reaction. Right? That's what I'm working with, right? You know. So, goddamn, I feel like it's. Right, see, what's kind of crazy is it's lighting that part up. When I look at what's being shown to you guys, it looks like there's a huge white line there, but it's like not at all when you actually look at it. It's weird. Like, pick it up and show it to you. You know? It's weird. Pops. There's a part of me that just wants to use the almost black gray to be more cartoon accurate. Let's see how crazy this is. Man, it is warm. Very warm in this office. I do appreciate everybody who's sticking around to see how this nightmare unfolds. Yeah. See, now here's what's kind of wild, right? I don't even know if the mic's picking it up, but as I'm doing this, it's like getting like grippy. It's actually coating it and like making it almost sticky. Very bizarre. Like, see how shiny it is? Compared to the actual ink? So weird. I don't even know what's happening. Alright, I think I'm going to just black it and then hit it with white highlights. It's so infuriating to be like, why is this part all shiny and weird when the other Copics weren't? I don't know. What? Top. Good God, man. For the love of God, dude. Let's just say no drugs. Alright, I'm just gonna ink it. When in doubt, black it out. I'll just hit it with some white highlights. My God. Alright. I like the idea of you, but this paper just will not have it. Alright, so... in, highlight here. Very bizarre. Yeah, like it's like insane. Like, see, look, I put the ink over it and it's still like that. I hope it dries and doesn't stay that way. Whatever. I'll fight it. Just get in there. Valuable lessons were learned. I'll tell you that for free. This. Okay. A little highlight. Get got. Okay. Now. I tested it. Where's the other one? Well, for whatever reason, since I got these jelly rolls, the 10 doesn't really work that well. The other ones, like this 5, always works. I don't know why, it just does. Right. So, flip this around. Now we're going to hit all these little places. Along the back with a nice little tiny highlight. Oh yeah, it's showing up there. In the sewers or something, I don't know. Underlight. Lightly hitting. Little highlight. Jelly roll. Now pull this down. Little under boob. This little under boob. You know, oh yeah, collarbones. Top there. Okay. Hello, Ice Queen. How are you today? Okay, now I want that hair darker. I also want to hit do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. I want to hit that little piece that I darkened. No. How you doing tonight, Ice Queen? How goes the battle? All down into here. Oh yeah, I gotta hit that spot too. I mean, it's something. It's a thing. It's a thing that happened. Hit. Okay. Now. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so. There's a couple spots I'm going to darken out. No joke, though. That one spot is still, look how shiny and like it's not what I would call it's not what I would call dry, but it's not sticky. I don't know if thumb showing up there, but whatever. Weird. Let's see. Oh yeah. These. Maybe hit them with some blue again. Wild in these virtual streets. Alright. Let's get some bluey in here. Wow. Do I want to do this blue? Yeah, might as well. Keep it. There. muddy blue. I think that might be it. I think that might be the thing. The screet, and y'all screet. Now, pop out Goldar. You know, nice hip to boob ratio. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, she has a nice little. She's fit. You know what I'm saying? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more. What am I looking for here? Boop. Boop. All right. Yeah, actually, before I sign this, I just throw up on it and just toss it out. Like, no one can have this. What did I do with that stupid thing? No. Do I want the... No, what's the point? That's too big. It's too big. You don't want that. I don't want the 1.5. I don't want the B. I've made a giant mess. Now I have to find everything. Let's just use the excess. I just wanted to hit this and right there, because like once you put the opaque white on it, really kind of softens up the line work. I appreciate your generosity in saying that I saved it. Is that going to be too big? I don't think so. Just want a clean delineation between the two. And I just want to hit this little bop. Clean separation for her bicep. Now it is. Right, like, we're gonna call that one the books. You know? Well, it was too dark, right? Like, it just really was. And my options were like a peach, and she's not really peach colored, or this brown, right? And so, this being the base, and then using the white opaque to kind of balance the two out, seemed to work. You know, it is what it is, but it seemed to get the job done. We're gonna call number 6 in the books. Give it a blast. is this, 2024? What do we got here? What's this? 0652. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like the thing is like I don't have like I'm not put off by the number or doing them or anything like that. It's just the experimentation, like, you know what I mean? Like I could have totally grouped this, you know, and not been able to save it in any capacity. But like, you know what I mean? The line work is strong. It's just that, like, you know, ideally, the Copic work could be better. I would have more colors, more shades of Copic, you know? But that's the thing. Like, I would do this digitally, right? Like, I would just draw her, if I was drawing her digitally instead of sketching it and laying it all out on here. And then I could just adjust the tones to however I wanted it for print or for online or whatever. So yeah, it's all learning process, right? Like this is literally like me learning Copics. Like the traditional stuff as far as line work goes, I feel all that stuff transfers from digital to traditional. I don't find my work as suffering or that it looks worse than what I would do digital, if you get what I'm saying. Like, aside from things where I would clean up certain lines or whatever if I had drawn it digital, right? But it's the getting to know the Copics, getting to know the materials, getting to know that I was hoping, since this was a white cover, it wouldn't oil up the Copics the same way the Turtles one did, right? And so that's the thing. Like, for me, it's kind of like understanding the people's wariness of the Copic on this paper, right? And so I get why Copics, you know, are a thing. But I think they'd be. I might just do a separate stream that's not this, not the covers, and just use like a good Strathmore bristle or whatever that I have, and start using the Copics on that and seeing how that goes. You know, I think that's the thing that will be interesting about it, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's gonna do it for me, everybody. You know, I'm gonna push some of these buttons. I'm gonna do this one.
Not having babies is for gays.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, hello, Zorak. Braxton,
I am very attracted to you.
I can hurt you.
Oh, waka chicka wow. This is an outrage.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I think I'm gonna call it here. You know, unless there's anything magical that needs to be said or done. I'll slide this over. But yeah, thanks everybody. Appreciate everybody who stuck around. And yeah, that's going to do it for me. This is number 6 in the books. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye. Choo. Hit this button. And then let's hit this button.
Close your mouth.